Back to Western New York living. I'm pretty sure if you're watching right now, probably one time in your life you've wanted to lose a pound or two or a few. Well, did you know that there's good weight to lose and not so good weight to lose? Here to better explain what I'm talking about is our good friend Donna Herberger from the Ideal You Weight Loss Center. Great to have you here today.
Thank you. Great to see you, Nick.
I want to ask about something called metabolic syndrome or metabolic syndrome X. What is that?
Okay, metabolic syndrome, everyone could have at least 1, 2, 3, or all 4 of the components. So the more you have, the more dangerous it is. So like the letter X, which has 4 points, the 4 points of metabolic syndrome start with abdominal central weight gain, the dangerous middle. If a woman's waist size is 35 inches or less, if a guy's waist size is 40 inches or less, chances are they have a high visceral fat. Our computer will tell us someone's visceral fat number. We want that 12 or less. Visceral fat is the inside fat, dangerous inside wrapped around our organs. You don't want too much of that. So central weight gain leads to pre-diabetic, becoming diabetic, leads to high cholesterol, high triglycerides, and it leads to high blood pressure. So if anyone has 2 or more of those things, they have metabolic syndrome or syndrome X. What does that mean? It's probably going to take years off their life, and they're at a much higher risk of having a heart attack and or a stroke. So we can reverse that by getting the weight down, by getting the fat down. And that's what our computer measures, is fat and muscle.
Is this, I'm assuming this is the device you use to measure that and then help people maintain muscle while losing weight. How does it work?
Yes, and we can maintain muscle if you have adequate protein based on your size, and all of our products are packed with protein for your breakfast, lunch, snack, and you get to make your own healthy dinner.
Yeah, and the results do come.
They do.
Yeah, stick to the program. So how do you track your clients? Is it just with this? Do we come in, weigh in, measure? How does it go?
Once a week, people come in, meet with a coach privately. They're never in a group, and when someone comes in, it's all about them. They meet for about 15 minutes. One of the things they do is step on a scale. This is the computer, but it's attached to a scale on the floor that they step on. And when we print this out, it tells us their total weight. It breaks it down: fat, muscle, hydration, what their bones weigh, their actual age, their chronological and metabolic age, everything. We want to make sure 4 weeks later they've maintained muscle, losing the fat.
Donna, you sat down with a couple that was on your program and they kept the weight off. Let's take a look at Debbie and Todd's weight loss journey.
Debbie, Todd, how did the 2 of you meet?
I worked at a restaurant and I did their books, and he had worked there before I did. He was working someplace else. He stopped in to see his old friends, and we started talking, and that was it.
Todd, you have a very physical job. You install and refinish hardwood floors. How did you start as that profession?
I worked in a restaurant, and the weekends were always stuck working, so her father asked me if I wanted to come work for him. So I said, yeah, I'll try it out. And 25 years later, I'm still doing the same thing, and I love it.
Debbie, you lost over 50% of your body. You lost one of you. And Todd, you lost over 40% of your body weight. I know you have 2 grown daughters. What have they said, and how have your children benefited from watching Mom and Dad be so successful?
My one daughter, she's lost about 35 pounds. She started at the gym and that, so she's decided to drop some weight.
Even my father. Once in a while he'll say, I'll have a salad with dinner, and he wasn't a huge, he used to call it rabbit food.
Now that you're both at goal and maintaining, what foods have you given up or not gone back to?
We have not had pizza since before we started this. We have not touched a slice of pizza. Nope. Pretty much we eat the same way we did on a diet. I just eat a little more yogurt, a little more granola and stuff like that, but it's still the same.
I wanted a cheeseburger the other day, so I made cheeseburgers for us, but we didn't have a bun. We wrapped them in lettuce.
Which works great.
Did you find it affordable for the 2 of you?
I've referred some friends or coworkers to it, and they come back and they go, wow, that's expensive. And I said, not really. Think about what you're replacing. You know, you're replacing breakfast, lunch, dinner, or snack. You're not ordering out.
What would the 2 of you say to anyone who's struggled with their weight for years, maybe even decades? What would you tell them about considering joining the Ideal You?
Try it, it works. And it's a lifestyle change. You have to learn the tools to, continue afterwards, because you can't go back to the way you did things before. Because if you do, you're just going to put weight back on.
It's easy, as long as you stick with it.
Wow. What a great story. Donna,
great.
someone watching right now, how do they get started? What's the best way to get in touch?
idealyou.com, sign up for a virtual or in-person open house, fill out some paperwork, and get going.
There you go. Like she said, try it. It works. Thanks for joining us
Thank
today.
you.
All right, the Ideal You Weight Loss Center is your healthy, rapid weight loss center. They can help you meet your weight loss goals for 2023 and, most importantly, help you keep the weight off. They have 3 locations in our area, and Donna suggests that you register for one of their upcoming virtual or in-person open houses to find out more about the program. Now, to find out more, head to their website at idealyou.com or simply call 631-8446. Now, coming up next.